Okay, so I was presented with a bit of a project today at my company. They want to get a mobile app built that can allow end users to contact various departments within the company. So, like service or parts. I work for a manufacturing company. Currently, they have a website that kind of facilitates that, but you wouldn't be able to make the call right from, the website unless you had it in a mobile app, or you were looking at it on a mobile phone. So what they want is a dedicated mobile app. So I spent the day kind of doing some research and trying to figure things out, and I realized that there really isn't a lot of information out there in regards to building a mobile app that can make the phone call, from a button. So I set about trying to figure that out, and I'm gonna throw together a little tutorial for you guys. So hopefully I can pass on the knowledge, because that's what it's all about. It's passing on my knowledge to you, and I'm learning from you, things like that. That's what YouTube's all about. So let's sit back. Let's try to figure this out using Android Studio. This will be fun. Let's go. All right, let's get started on this Android Studio project. So we're going to be installing a button, or inserting a button, and we're going to use an intent to start using the phone. Now I'm going to run this on an emulator, so it's not really going to make a phone call, but you can get the general idea of it. So we're going to have to change our permissions in our manifest, and we're going to check for permissions before the phone call's made. So, all right, let's get started. So we're going to start an empty activity here, and you can call it whatever you want. I'm going to call it phone testing call 1, 2, 3. I don't know. Whatever you want to call it. So I'm running API 19. I think I need to run API 23 or better, I believe. Let's run 24 just to be safe. I'm going to finish that project. Opened in the other screen, of course. All right. So there we go. We're building the project here. We got our main activity. We've got our main activity, or activity main layout. So let's start there. So we're going to need a button. So let's minimize this, make it a little bigger. Let's delete the hello world that everybody gets. We're going to drag and drop a button in here. And we're just going to do some quick constraints here just to make sure it stays kind of in the center somewhere. Doesn't really matter where. And let's change some parameters here. So we're going to say, let's say call me. Oh, geez. Can I type? No. And let's make it large here so you can see it. Let's set a width of 260 dp. And a width of 60 dp. Gives it a nice big button. And we can change the background here just so it stands out a little bit. Let's change the color. We'll just make whatever the standard one that Android gives you. Let's change the background of the layout here. Let's change that to this dark gray right here. That'll look pretty good. So you got the dark gray and the green button. Looks good enough for me. Let's name the button. We're going to say call button. How's that? Now, we're all done with that, just for this. Like I said, this is just for demonstration, so obviously you're going to have more than one button. So, but you can replicate this for every single button. So we got to define what that button is. So button, and let's say call. Let's call button. How's that? Equals find view by ID, r.id. I think we called it call button. There you go. Now we got to set that button to an on-click listener. So when you click it, it's going to do something. So call button dot set on-click listener. And that'll be a new on-click listener. There you go. Now I'm going to wrap everything that the button does inside of a method, so it's a little easier to call. So we're going to say public void, and we can call whatever we want. Let's say make call. How's that? We'll call it that. Makes sense. You can call it whatever you want, whatever makes sense to your project. And we're going to do an intent. So this is going to be an intent to use the button to make a call. We're going to call that call intent. We can call it whatever we want. Equals intent. And oh, we gotta say new intent. Sorry, new intent. And that'll be an intent dot action call. That's what you want. Now we gotta say call intent dot set data, and we're gonna do a URI dot parse right there. And then here's where you can hard code your telephone number that you want it to call. So telephone, and you can make up whatever your number is. Obviously, I'm going to make something up because I'm not going to show you my telephone number. 123. Let's say 222-3333. I think that's the amount for USA. And then we got to wrap this in an if-else statement. So you need to check for permissions that you can make a call before you make a call. So we're going to say if activity compat, there you go, dot check self permission, first one that pops up, check self permission, and we're going to do main activity dot this, and then we're going to do a comma, and just to break it down so it's not spread out across the screen and hard to read. And we're going to say manifest dot permission dot call phone right there. And we're going to check if it's not equal to the package manager dot permission granted. So if it's not equal, we're going to do something here. We're going to do activity compat dot request permissions, and we're going to do main activity dot this new string. We're going to pass a string, and we're going to check the manifest. Oops, spell it right. Manifest dot permission. So we're checking against the manifest permission for the call phone, and then we're going to request call. Now you need to set this parameter before you can call it. So we're going to go back up here, and we're going to set this. So it's going to be a private static final int. I know it's a little confusing, but, and then we're going to do request call equals 1. So you got to equal something, right? So we're going to bring it down here, back down here, then we're going to do our else statement. Else. So if else, so if this, we're going to check the manifest permissions, and then we're going to do a string dial equals, then we plug in the telephone again. So I'm just going to copy it right here. Paste it down here. And then we're going to say start activity. We're going to use call intent. Okay, what's going on here? Oh, so we got to add the permission to our manifest file. So I was going to do that manually, but I can do it that way too. So it already added it. So if we go up here to our manifest, it's going to show right there, right there. Call phone permission was added. Okay. And then if that all works, I think we're good. It should be, oh, we got to call the make, we got to do the make call here. So when we click the button, we're going to call this method. Now we got to add one more thing to our manifest, which I found out through my research and trial and error, honestly. And I did not see this in any of the tutorials. So we need to add Android exported equals true. You have to add that, otherwise it's just not going to work. So let's run this, see how it works. I've already got a emulator fired up, so you don't have to wait for that, thankfully. Here it is. Let's see if it works. I believe it should. Let's see. Building the Gradle right here. Just going to take a second. Obviously the computer sounds like it's going to take off, so you know it's doing some work. There we go. Index and APK. And it's not very fancy. It's just one button. We're just going to hit call me. It's going to ask, do we want to? We're going to say allow. And Should fire right up. Maybe not. What happened? Did we fail? Might have failed. There we go. Okay. There you go. So it's calling this fake number I got. And obviously it's on emulator, so it's not really going to work. But there you go. So call me. Loads up the phone. Boom, boom, boom. So obviously you can have you're going to have more than one button if you're building this app that you want to call many departments. Or if you just want this feature to actually call you. I don't know. Whatever you want to do. But there you go. Easy little call me button for Android Studio. Hope this was helpful. I hope the sharing helps. I hope my sound works. Hope you're having a great day. You know, it's really good that I can sit down and show you how to do some stuff that I didn't know how to do myself. So I hope you're enjoying it. I hope you'll give me a thumbs up, give me a follow, whatever you want to do, you know. Have a great day.